TikTok because Anthony Mackie was on the Pivot podcast, and he was giving his take on raising his children and how to keep masculinity in the home. And I got that.
I keep my boys humble. Like, my boys have never had a pair of Jordans. You know, my boys don't do all that internet fly shit. I'm like, your kids. And no, I don't give a I could be the biggest star in the world. Do not let me catch you being stupid. Do not. And my oldest gets it. My 15-year-old, he tells the other ones, he's like, yo, don't make dad mad. Because once you get one that's right, he gonna straighten the other ones out. So it's just that thing of, in the past 20 years, we've been living through the death of the American male. They have literally killed masculinity in our homes and our communities, for one reason or another. But I raised my boys to be young men. And however you feel about that, you feel about that. But my boys will always be respectful. They will always say, yes, sir, yes, ma'am. No, sir, no, ma'am. They will always say thank you. They will always open a door for a lady. They will always make sure that their mother is taken care and provided for. They will always be men. And that's always, since they were 2 years old. Every time I left for a job, I tell my 15-year-old, you the man of the house. You make sure these doors are locked every night, this alarm is on, you text me or you call me every night before you go to bed and you wake up.
I love that.
Because we're men. If I'm not there to protect, he got to be there to protect. Because you can have all the money in the world, climb through the window, that money means nothing. Right. You can have all the celebrity in the world, jump through the door, that celebrity means nothing. Yeah. So you got to have a little guard in there, you know? And so for me, it's always that idea of American masculinity is very different.
Hold up. Limitless, biggest to me, pinning it. I fought the head to witness it.
And that was Anthony Mackie on the Pivot podcast discussing how America has killed male masculinity in the past 20 years and what he's doing to keep it alive with his sons.
Is it America? I'll go out and say it.
It's America because it's not around the world.
Yo, okay.
It's in places like the UK too.
Yeah, exactly. But my thing is, he ain't said nothing wrong because it seems like now, if you are masculine, you deem aggressive. It's a bad thing to stand on business. Pretty much, if you ain't bending the way whatever a woman or wherever society wants you to bend, you a problem. The men part, he is true. That's why you got a generation of young boys out here that don't know that. They don't know nothing about opening up no doors. We just talked about how they don't even ask for their number. They giving it IG. They don't talk to him face to face. They talk to him over the internet. You know what I'm saying? Stuff like that. So yeah, it is. I feel like he's right.
Now, Mackie also mentioned that he said a part of the reason the lack of masculinity has been happening is the part women are playing.
That's what I was going to get to.
He said women have become very mean and angry.
He didn't want to go there and say who would he actually talk about.
Well, it's all women, but I mean, you know, he had mentioned that he saw his nephew approaching a woman and being polite and saying excuse me, and she responded with a sound of disgust. To which Mackie replied, how do you come back from that? So he had to comfort his nephew and get him a beer and tell him that didn't just happen, you know, and pretend he didn't see it.
You can't even tell him to talk shit back to her because if so,
that's sassy.
Yeah, you doing too much.
But what's the point though? Why would you? Like that's teenagerish.
If I'm being respectful,
that's teenagerish.
No. If I'm being respectful towards you and you being downright disrespectful for whatever reason,
their loss.
No, you right. It is their loss. But I'm gonna check your ass in the meantime because you don't listen. People don't understand that there's people that can literally.
Why give him that? Why give him that?
I'm gonna give it that. Why? Because she already done gave it. Because number one, you put me on blast. Eric, don't think other eyes didn't see that what happened. So you just try to embarrass me for no reason, and I just been polite. You could have just simply say, I'm not interested in talking, whatever case may be. If you say something snotty and snooty towards me, I'm not going to be right none of that shit. I'm going to say something to check your ass like, hey, first of all, learn how to act like a woman instead of a little girl, because I just been polite to you. And you didn't, because nigga, I just sat here and said.
And the only reason I'm asking,
I'm saying,
How does that equate to her not being feminine or being a girl just because you got rejected?
No, it's not. First of all, I'm not talking about the rejection part.
That's all it is.
No, it's not. It's how you handle it. You can sit here and say
It's a form of rejection.
No. Regardless, it's a disrespectful form of rejection. You can say no, I'm not interested in a polite way versus being snooty. And like I said, you being snooty, trust and believe your body expression and your voice, because a woman doesn't have to be loud to be disrespectful and be demeanor. She can be low and cunning. So as a man, especially as an alpha male, like, who the fuck you talking to? You can't even whoop my ass. So the fact you talking to me like this, you way out of line. If you didn't want to talk, just say, hey, I'm not interested. You don't have to be, especially if I'm being respectful. Let's keep that in mind. The young man was being respectful. If she didn't want to talk, I'm good.
Just leave it where it's at.
See,
like,
this is why.
But see, this is a reason why
the energy.
the energy was already given.
Okay, but why am I going to reciprocate? I'm okay, fine.
What you
I'm
mean?
about
Why
to
you
say.
going to reciprocate?
So
You telling me? I ain't mean to cut you off. So you mean to tell me every rejection that you had, you was like, oh,
it is
it's
what
okay.
it is.
You just you ain't had no comeback, no nothing.
What I'm saying
I'm of the
is,
numbers game.
and not even
Just
that.
that right here said you came back to a toxic relationship when you know the shit ain't. So if you willing to entertain that, you telling me you're it's either you willing to entertain a disrespect or you're not. It ain't no in between.
There is no such thing as disrespect and rejection at the same. You know what I mean? Like it just doesn't go together. Yo, like you get rejected
So
because
you teach your kids, if somebody come up to you and be polite towards you, be disrespectful towards them.
Who
No, you
said
don't.
that?
Huh?
Who said that?
That's what she did. He said he said
No. What you're saying
You
is
just said
just
there's-
because she
Acted
is
a
having a
certain
bad
way.
day and she is whatever what you say, snooty or snobby, whatever, bitchy, whatever
she
you
was
want to talk.
disrespectful.
I mean, I don't call that disrespect, but either way, she said no.
That wasn't no.
Oh.
You could say no like in a better manner.
Okay.